Hey, what's good, yo? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the recent defense that Deshaun's legal team put out. So basically, it's saying like one of the main points that they include in their defense is that some of the masseuses that Deshaun was working with, they kind of bragged after the encounter. So it seems a little hypocritical for them to claim that Deshaun like hurted them in any way and then proceeded to brag about it. Then that doesn't match up. The stories don't match up. And then in addition, they claim that the trauma that like with the first prosecutor Ashley Solis said that I've like been unable to do any massages or whatnot. I've been unable to do the thing that I love. But then soon after massaging Deshaun, it says that like she continued to massage people, showing that she wasn't affected by it. So those are just some of the main points. There's a lot of information in the recent defense, but what are your instant reactions to this?
It's crazy. Like now with all the new information coming out, it's like seeing both sides. Like you can see him being totally 100% not guilty and then 100% guilty at the same time. Like all of these things, and then especially like about the thing about bragging. If you're scared for your life or like scared, like emotionally tarnished or whatever, then why are you bragging about massaging an NFL player? Sure, it's a once in a lifetime thing, but like you're gonna brag about it if you were just crying about not being able to sleep or not being able to think or something like that, whatever. It's just weird. Like it doesn't make sense. And then also, if she said she stopped doing massages, how did she stop doing massages if apparently on one of her pages or whatever, she was still receiving reviews on the massages? Like I think the most recent review, I think was like last summer, if I'm not mistaken, and I think this happened like in 2019, and she was getting reviews like almost a year after. So it's like none of it adds up. It's like weird, very weird to understand and just confusing.
Yeah, I mean, like, just even on to add on the fact, like, some, like, after their encounter massage session with Deshaun Watson, they personally reached out to Deshaun after games, asking if he needed any massages or whatnot. And just for some more specifics, just like numbers wise, seven of the masseuses willingly worked or offered to work with Mr. Watson after their alleged incidents. Three of them lied about a number of sessions they actually had with Deshaun. Three of them lied about their alleged trauma and resulting harm. Five of them told others that they wanted to get money out of Deshaun, and then five other said that they scrubbed or entirely deleted their social media accounts. And that's what the defense says. Like that's what the masseuses are doing. And so it seems like this whole thing is just like a thing for money from like just after reading Deshaun's defense that the masseuses are doing it for money. Like they it also mentions that like um the masseuses, they were gonna like if Deshaun settled with them, they were gonna support Deshaun in that settlement. But then since Deshaun didn't settle with them, they're going against him. So just based off of the information from Deshaun's defense, it seems like a money grab in a sense. But obviously, it still kind of seems like a he said she said thing. But still need to see. But from a trading aspect, how do you think this affects this?
Um, I don't see him being traded this year. I think most of us really don't see a trade happening this year. But affecting the trade for the future, maybe next season, maybe even the year after. Um, I still don't think that this thing solves or like solves by itself for maybe like another half a year, maybe not until maybe the middle of next season. I do think he's gonna play at some point next season, and I think it will be for us. But in the terms of being traded, if a trade is to occur, I don't really see it happening until next season, like I think most of us really do. And then I even see him not even being traded at all. I don't really see any team. I mean, obviously he's a top five quarterback, and that a lot of teams would die for a top five quarterback. But I don't see a team really giving up so much compensation for a player who's been accused of this kind of things. Like, sure, there's players in the NFL who have been accused or been proven guilty about many different things. Ray Lewis, I think he murdered somebody. Just different things. And they've still played in NFL, but I mean, to be able to give up a bunch of compensation, it's kind of hard to see. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, since this is just still a civil case and not a criminal case, I feel like Deshaun won't be like banned from the league or whatnot. And I feel like the NFL, like other NFL, like other teams, are just looking for that little like glimmer of hope that Deshaun didn't actually do it. And I feel like that defense kind of gives them that hope that hey, I don't really think that Deshaun really does that. And in this league, that doesn't really put too much, like, they don't really care about these things as much as they should. I feel like Deshaun would definitely have some interest, and that's the thing too. Like, do these allegations, do they either increase trade interest or do they decrease trade interest? Because for the argument for increased trade interest, they can see that, hey, it looks like the Texans might not even get anything for him. Looks like we could get him for cheap or something like that. And so that's another perspective that we have to consider, is that teams could be even more interested, seeing that we might not get what we initially wanted. But then again, nobody really wants to trade. Like, you don't want to be the team that trades for a guy with 22 sexual assault lawsuits. So I see both sides. I don't think that Deshaun is traded. I mean, there's only 10 days away, so you never know, obviously. But I feel like this thing will still drag out until like the summer and whatnot, until training camp, like Ian Rappaport and others have reported. So yeah, that's how I see it. I feel like Deshaun might play for us just to kind of build his value back, I guess. If any was lost, I don't think any was really lost. But if any was lost, then he can play another season, show the whole league that he's worth trading for in a sense, and maybe we get a haul next draft and see from there, and maybe we'll see from there. Yeah, that's basically how I feel right now.
Yeah, and then another thing, going back on the on the lawsuits, I think they released a new screenshot of a DM today. And it said something about the thing not being able to comfortable to massage a certain area. It was his knee, I think. Like, he sent a screenshot of like a picture of his ACL or something like that. I'm not really sure, but it was something in his knee. And then he asked if you're comfortable massaging that. I don't think it was really that close to his groin area, but it was like around it. So I think that's another thing that's really big in this case. That those ladies are maybe lying about like that close or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but that also like makes me wonder, like, what were those DMs earlier that we saw of like Deshaun flying people out, booking hotels, whatnot, telling girls what to wear? I'm not sure what those were. And also in the defense, it says that in the few sexual encounters that Deshaun had, they were purely consensual, and like the people who are saying that it wasn't are lying. So that's their defense. I mean, their written defense was way better than that conference that Rusty Harden put out. Everything he said, like in that interview, was like very, very not good for Deshaun. But then this written defense really makes up for it. So yeah,
Yeah, and then that's pretty much it, right?
yeah. I mean, we'll just have to see. I mean, this thing's
Yeah.
gonna be a whole saga. Texas fans have been through so much drama, like this whole off season. Like, I don't think this ever, like, imagine if there was a ESPN 20 for 20 for this like team, like, or like hard knocks for this team. That'd be crazy. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Let us know your thoughts on this recent news, and as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you all for watching. Peace.